Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. It feels like a Tuesday, but it's actually a hump day. Good morning, everybody. We got Omar, Vertuvian, CJ, Glenn, Steve, Piet DeBrock, Arnulfo. How are you, Arnulfo? Darren, JB, Rick, Robert, Richard, Vernon, Dave, Ivano, Kirk, Michael, Devin, Chris, Jody, good morning, everybody. Kevin, Harold, Robert, Wayne, Pete, Moondog is in the house. Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure you guys could see me and hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you guys could see me okay, but I want to make sure you guys could hear me okay as well. Whew, this light is on quite a bit. Let me turn it down a little bit. A little too much light. Don't mean to blind you guys. Harold, Robert, Wayne, Pete, Moondog, Wade, Dave. Good morning, Dave. Eagle Beagle's in the house. Mark, Rice, Cam. Good morning, Cam. David, Daniel, Randy, Todd, Timothy, Don, Genevieve. Good morning, Genevieve. Nathan, Jill. Good morning, Jill. Jesse, Rodney. Hey, Rodney. That's a surprise. That's one of our copywriters. Hey, Rodney. Hope you can always say hello in Slack. Fancy seeing you here. Good to see you here, Rodney. Always good to see you here. Jeff, good to see you too. Art, Henry, Mont, Tony, Stephen, Jesse, Richard from Puente Gorda. Yes, it's raining here as well. We got Tim Delbert. Good. Everybody could hear me okay. Wardog, Harold, good. Dr. Serena, good morning. Colleen, good morning. Snowy day. Yeah, I'm hearing it's going to be kind of cooler in the next couple of days. We're just letting the room fill up. We'll be starting in about 2, 3 minutes. I guess I opened the room a minute or two early today, but we'll be starting in just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. So that'll be that. A lot of folks were asking me yesterday how I was able to predict what the market was going to do, and actually, it wasn't very difficult yesterday, folks. The biggest secret is find what's causing the move and keep an eye on that. That's the catalyst for the day. That's the micro catalyst. Yesterday, we spent about an hour doing our research, and we found out yesterday that the biggest that what was really the only thing that was really moving the market in the morning was chip stocks. It was Nvidia, and to a lesser degree, semiconductors. And I told you guys keep your eye on the low on chip stocks, and sure enough, literally like a few minutes after the opening bell, we imploded and the market lost its gains. So if you want to see it, always, the reason we're here, we're like detectives. Our job here is to find out what's causing the move or lack thereof. If you can find that, then you found the linchpin, then you found the catalyst. That's what you need to focus on. What a lot of folks do. Good morning, Thomas. Again, the room is just filling up. Good morning, Richard. I hope you're feeling better. Stacy, Penny, good morning. Thank you for that note. I passed it on to my daughter this morning, actually. Uh, my wife yesterday, and I appreciate it. I don't know how you find all that stuff, Penny. Very good. Penny's into horses, and my daughter's into horses. So, yeah, Dr. Serena, thank you. All right. Good morning, Ozarks, Creo, Jacques, John, Dollar, Rochelle. Good morning. And if I did not say good morning to everybody, I apologize. Cam says, ran into a couple of glitches yesterday. I'm going to record ProTrader dashboard installation video today. Very nice, very nice. And I heard that I heard Richard was in the room yesterday, which was great. That's very nice. And I think we're ready to start. All right. Good. Let's get going. Okay. So today is a very different view of the market than we had yesterday. Yesterday, the market looked like it was ready to explode higher. We looked under the hood and we realized that the only thing that was really much better, thank you, we're still deep freeze. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Hey, Deanna, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Good morning. Let me just type in good morning, everyone. There we go. All right. Good. Hopefully it was recorded. And when Richard comes here next Thursday, Friday, we'll have an interview with him as well. And with Kane will be here. I will be here. Matt will be here. We're gonna have a lot of folks. I'm gonna make it super actionable. If you're looking for a session where you guys can just hang out and like relax and have fun, that's not going to be a. I'm going to have a lot of stuff planned for us. I have a lot of stuff planned for us, and everybody who's in the pit is going to get access remotely. So it will be our official pit, I guess, session and for all access session. So it's going to be really great. Again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just sharing what we're going to have at that time. So as you guys can see, the market's mixed. We have a little bit of upside in the NASDAQ. The Dow is down 50. When you see movement like this is pure randomness. There's nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Good morning, Scott. HG, good morning. Can they post the customer service from yesterday? Couldn't find it. Maybe you could, Cam, maybe you can respond to HG. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So random action, not a lot going on. As far as Fed data is concerned, we have housing starts and permits. And while I'm talking about housing starts and permits, I noticed going through my morning stocks, I noticed that some of the stocks were not looking so great, some of the real estate stocks. So we got to be really careful because housing starts and permits is a pretty important report right now. We also have FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. today. I do not believe, hey, Rosalind, I don't believe, I do not believe, hey, Peter, I don't believe that this is going to have any impact on the market at all. I think that after the CPI, after the PPI, there's just not going to be very much. Thank you, Dr. Serena. I appreciate it. And folks, please give me a thumbs up if you get a chance. It's not a mandatory thing. I'm not going to be down your throats, but if you get a chance, it's right below this video right here. Subscribe to our channel. You'll be notified when this video starts, and give us a thumbs up, please. Thank you. That's the last time I'm going to mention it today. So we don't have a lot of data. And again, this report, if we were on a brink of rates going lower or higher, then this report would be very meaningful. But right now, there's a 99 point whatever percent chance that nothing is going to happen. Hence, with nothing going to happen, there's a really good chance that this report will have very little impact, if at all. Okay? As far as earnings are concerned, folks, if you already know Carvana or Toast, please let me know up or down how much they are at right now. Hey, Gustavo, good to see you here. Time to render those 3-hour shows. It'll be available. Yeah, it does take a long time to render those. It does. Hey, Carlos, good to see you. Good to see you both. Carlos is here. Kevin, yeah, they'll get it up. It takes a day or two. Zoom has to process all that crap. So we have Carvana and we have Toast. Let me know if these came out already, okay? As far as commodities are concerned, crude oil is starting to come off this level here. Again, I'm not expecting a lot for crude oil, not because I don't like crude oil or I don't like the energy stocks. It's just there's very little catalyst for the energy market right now. We know that Trump is very friendly towards the energy sector. There really hasn't been any laws or regulations. Inflation is going to get better. Inflation is going to get better, folks. It's just going to take a little longer, but it is going to get better. An opinion of no soup turned into a monster day. Good. I hope you, and did you guys take that Palantir trade in the pit yesterday? Let me know if you guys made moolah on the Palantir trade I gave you yesterday in the pit. There you go. So I like what I'm seeing here. I like how it's breaking, how it held the 100-day, and I like how it's building a base. The next level is these two ugly VWAPs right here, 74. If we can pass the 74, and if we can pass actually the 75, we could see a little upside. Till we get above this level, I'm not really seeing anything here. So this is just all consolidation. And don't be surprised if we come down here or come up here. I've been wanting to do an iron condor on an energy-related asset for the last month and a half. And I've been telling you guys that. The problem is I haven't found anything that has good enough implied volatility. For iron condors, and I'll be talking about iron condors in the VIP room today, by the way. Quite a lot. Here's the link for the VIP room today. It's happening at noon. Good. Excellent. 2%, Nestor. Maybe on the underlying you took 2%. Yeah, 38%. That sounds like a lot better. Okay, reports after hours. Okay. ADI, good, 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 good. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, the average email I got made about 30% on the option on Palantir. Learning how to fall off horses when learning how to jump has saved my life many times. Good to know, Rochelle. Folks, today at 1 p.m., I'm revealing a new truth that put $1,085 in my hand. Here is the link for that. Please, it's a brand new world exclusive premiere. And let me give you a link to Customer Service Live. Please don't forget to visit Customer Service Live. And we'll continue this exercise. There you go. Good to see everybody here. We're gonna have a nice room today. So don't be surprised if we see a little bit of upside in the energy market. But again, we have a lot of resistance here, and there's just not much down there. So maybe slightly up, maybe a little bit more up, but I would be very careful because we're in a range. Therefore, be really careful with energy-related stocks right now because we're in a range. Gold is looking beautiful. I mean, beautiful. This is a very nice breakout. I still like gold. I'm bullish on gold. I like the fact that U.S. dollar is still in the crapper. As long as the U.S. dollar doesn't start coming back up, gold should do better. In terms of the U.S. dollar, we're now at the 8-day EMA. Now, we have a pretty strong downtrend here. I mean, it's not, maybe not as strong as I'm expecting, but it's strong, as I'm purporting, but it's pretty strong. And again, if we're going to be on this side of the fence, things are going to be bearish. If we're going to go on this side of the fence, things are going to get pretty bullish. Problem is, we have a long ways to go for us to get up there. We have the 50-day, we have the 8-day, we have this resistance, it was a support, now it's resistance. So we can get all the way up here and still go down. So I am of mind right now that the U.S. dollar has started its descent, and I believe this channel is going to hold. If the U.S. dollar continues going down, even if it comes up here, notice, look, and then comes right back down, that's still a downtrend. So we are in a fairly steep downtrend with a breakdown. Now, the fact that this is coming up 2 days doesn't really mean anything because, as I mentioned, we're still below the 50-day line and we're still below this level right here. Gap to green on Intel yesterday. How did you guys do on that one? I apologize that I made it a day trade, but how did you guys do on gap to green yesterday on Intel? Let me know. I apologize for making it into a day trade. But look, when you have a 50% winner over in like an hour, you got to take it, right? All right. Bitcoin. What are we seeing on Bitcoin? Well, remember what I told you? That triangle keeps. Look at mags. Look at mega caps. It's not all that different. Very highly correlated. Now look at 48%. 40. Now we're talking. Good. Good. Doesn't look like we have too many unhappy customers here. Good morning, Martin. David, good morning. Ivan, Scott, Dave, Jeff, good morning. Nice trade. Good. Richard's still in Intel. $900 doesn't grow on trees. 46%, 44%, 50%. That was the average, 50%. It was 30 in Palantir and 50 on Intel. So Bitcoin still in this range. And by the way, don't expect Bitcoin to be out of range for a while because of mega caps and the correlation that cryptos have with all of these stocks. And remember what I said to you about RSP yesterday? If we don't get any movement in them, we're not going to get any movement. And look at where we're at. Did we break out of this consolidation? We did not. Hey, very nice. I love it. Good, 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 good. Very nice. That's very nice. 49. Yeah, the average was 50% on that gap to green trade. Not bad, right? Not bad. All right, all right. Now we got to get some winners going on A-line. That's what we need, some A-line winners. Hey, Jean, how are you? Good, good. Happy campers. Happy campers. That's what we like. We like happy campers around here. All right, bond market. I saved the best for last. What's the bond market doing? It's going down. What did the bond market do around here? It couldn't get through. The bond market is lower again. The bond market dropped over a full basis point. What does this do to the stock market? It puts pressure on stocks. And again, we have a gap down and we're now below this level. Now, I remember I drew this trend line for you guys right here, like this. We're below this area now. We're kind of in the outlier right now. Now, we could open down here right at the support and start here. Let me just make it bigger. We could open down here and start coming back up, but I don't like any of this. And I'm going to tell you, and now folks, please listen to what I'm about to say, okay? Please listen to what I'm about to say. The stock market gets its directional bias from the bond market, okay? The stock market gets its directional bias from the bond market. Look what the bond market's been doing. If this to me is beyond randomness, okay? This is like it doesn't know what to do with itself. This is like what I would expect. Heck, I wouldn't even expect this during holiday season. But when you see trading action gappy and just like this, how can the stock market have any directional bias? It looked like somebody took this thing and shook it in a bag like this. I mean, this is like a mixed salad, a tossed salad right here, okay? And the problem is when you see that, you're going to see this on the stock market. Or you're going to see this on mega caps. Let me show you mega caps. Let me make this bigger here. Okay. Do you see this? Do you guys remember hey, Jan, Robert, Ed, Robert, John, Zoe. Good. Everybody's here. Good. Let's see if we can get a couple more hundred people here today. We were close to 600 yesterday. So you see this channel? Remember, this was the outlier, and we came right back in, and I told you yesterday the odds are we're just going to continue. Remember, I drew this for you guys. I told you we're going to just continue building this. Well, look what we're doing. We're just building this. And guess what? The lines are getting tighter and tighter. Now, look at the bond market. Do we have any directional bias? No. Mega caps, do we have any directional bias? Folks, believe it or not, I know you guys are looking for me to give you the hottest stock in the next few minutes, but this is so much more important because this is the actual structure of the market. This is the rules of the game. The stocks are the little players in the game. This is the big game. This is the big picture. This is the 1,000-feet view. This is what controls price. This is what told me yesterday that we weren't going to go higher, not looking at individual stocks, looking at the big picture. And I'm trying to bring that into your world, okay? Not a good number for mortgages. Thank you. I didn't think we were going to get a good number for mortgages. So you see, right now, if you're expecting a big move from your favorite stock and you're not getting it, it's because of this. It's because of this. It's because of this. It's not because you're a bad stock picker. It's not because you can't find the right stock. It's not because it's because the markets aren't doing anything. It's like imagine me practicing to be the best surfer in the world. All I do 12-hour days is I practice surfing. I can surf better than anybody. But you know what I do one day? I forget to check the weather. And it says there's not going to be any waves. And I'm the best surfer in the world. And you know what I'm going to end up doing? Sitting my ass on the beach doing nothing, drinking pina coladas. The point is, the weather controls whether I surf or not the surfer. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. The weather controls whether we're going to have big waves or not how good of us. I could stare at the ocean for 100 hours and I will have no clue if the waves are going to get bigger or smaller. But if I look at the weather map for 3 seconds, I'll be able to figure it out. Capiche? Do you guys understand that? No, Robert, it's not usual in the market. It's highly unusual in the market. It's very unusual in the market. And the reason it's happening in the market is because we have so much uncertainty and we have Trump talking so much. And we don't know if he's going to do, like last night, he said we're probably going to do tariffs on autos. Why not just do it? Why talk about it? You see? So it creates this secondary uncertainty. And I just wish he didn't do that. I mean, I wish he would just do stuff instead of saying he's going to do stuff. I really don't have a problem with what he's doing, but I have a problem with him saying he's going to do stuff because it creates a lot more. It creates a harder. It creates more difficulty for us. Okay. Yeah, sitting on the beach sounds really good right now. So, do you guys understand what I'm saying? The structure of the market is infinitely more important than your stupid setup. It's like the guy who trades breakouts, and he trades breakouts, and he's like, "Why aren't breakouts working right now?" Hmm. Hmm. Because you're looking at breakouts. Look at the broad market. Focus out, big picture. You know why I'm spending so much time on these three pictures? Because this is what's driving price right now. It's very difficult for you guys to understand that, but this is what's driving price, not your favorite stock. All right, let's look at SPY. So SPY broke out yesterday, right? Look at the range the last 3 days. Look at the meat inside. Look at this. Forget the wick. Just look at the size of these bars. Do you see the size of these bars? Look at the size of these bars. There's very little volatility. How do you make money without volatility? You don't. Also, we just made a new high, and look at volume the last few days. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. And this is not something based from charts. This is something from banks. Institutional investors are loaded up right now. They're loaded up. When they're loaded up, they're just waiting for, they're doing this. And they're sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. This is not actionable volatility. This is not actionable volatility. Well, Roger, you've been making great money yesterday. You had plenty of volatility. I know, but I've been doing this for 31 years. I'm telling you, it's very, very hard to trade this type of price action. Well, why are we getting this price action? Because the bond market's not doing anything. Because I want to make sure you guys are understanding that. Headed to Velarde. Hey, Angie, good to see you. I'm not creating. Oh, okay, Trump. I'm not creating any fear. I'm trying to just explain things. So do you see that? There's no directional bias. Hence, it's very, very hard to trade directionally when the stock market is not giving us anything. And if we continue seeing bars like this around here, then we will know the upside doesn't have a lot of liquidity, and this will start coming right back down. Don't be surprised if the SPY came down to the 50-day moving average over the next few sessions. Why? Because the equal weighted SPY is doing exactly that. And our mega caps, the only difference between RSP is mega caps. Are mega caps breaking out? You tell me. No. Are mega caps going to help RSP? Remember, SPY is RSP plus mega caps, right? That's all it is. It's RSP. The SPY is RSP plus mega caps. What are mega caps doing? Hey, don't blame the messenger. I'm just pointing out all the important things to you guys. Oops. All right. Good. All right. Now let's go through, before I give you key levels, let's go through the analysis, okay? Stocks retreated this morning as President Trump, again, threats. They're just threats. Stop making threats. Just make policy or have others do it. Please stop talking and just start doing, okay? Trump said on Tuesday he would likely impose tariffs of 25% on auto, semiconductor, pharmaceutical imports with announcement expected on April. Well, at least we have a little time. But again, he's already said this. We already know this. Like, why does he keep talking about it? That's right, Jeff. You're right. Smaller NASDAQ stocks. That's right. Fueled concerns about escalating trade war and push Treasury yield higher. That's Treasury yield higher means bonds going lower. Because remember, bonds going lower, they're opposite, pushes up yield. So far, so good. Treasury yields also track rising government bond in Europe as inflation in Britain jumped to a 10-month high. Yikes. That's very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. Wall Street main stock index closed in the green. Intel surged 16%. Top gainer, you guys all know that. We did very well on this stock yesterday. We made about 50%. Walgreens climbed more than 14% after CNBC reported a take private deal with private equity firm. Here, my question, and if maybe you guys know the answer, are they looking to partner up with a private equity firm, or is the private equity firm looking to take them private completely? That's the part that I missed. Let me know if you guys know that. So I don't know I don't know which one is it. So is WBA not going to be a public company anymore because a private company is buying it out, or are they going to partner up? Okay, so see, take a private deal. So is it going to be a partner, or they're buying him out? That's the part I didn't know. Richard says that's where made money yesterday. Jeff Ray got out early before the drop thanks to this analysis we're listening to. Yeah, remember I told you if Nvidia, which was up 2% yesterday pre-open, gives up the ghost, you're not going to see any love. And fortunately or unfortunately, exactly what I said yesterday happened. And I'm not patting myself on the back. It was rather obvious. But again, find out what the catalyst is and keep your eye on that catalyst, because that's what's causing the move and that's what will undo the move at any given time. MDT, very nice quality trading stock, slumped more than 7%, was top loser after Giant reported weaker than expected revenue. We watched the stock. I think the stock has been on our short list for quite some time. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. This is my favorite part of the morning, reading this nonsense. Dolly said Tuesday that monetary policy must stay restrictive until further progress. Then why did you lower rates twice in a row, lady? Which she anticipates will keep declining over time. I think it will decline over time, but I think they need a good 2 quarters. Honestly, I think they need 2 quarters. And as long as Trump doesn't do anything weird or different, 2 quarters. No reason to be discouraged by you mean lack of progress on inflation. It's going to take longer than anyone wants. Yes, unfortunately, we've been telling you that for the last 6 months. There is a 0% chance that the Fed is going to lower rates. The kid has the bike locked up at his favorite friend's house, and the parents don't know the address. Rachel said, I made money on NVIDIA yesterday. My exit was informed by your analysis. Good, good, good. Kirk, good morning, Kirk. Hey, at least you guys aren't saying I help you lose money yesterday. That would be pretty embarrassing. Just wants to be in the headlines. Yeah, I think that's the case. All right, so folks, at 1 p.m., the revolution is coming. How I saved $1,085 and how I'm going to do the same for you. VIP room at noon. Let's not forget that. Very important. I'm going to take apart the 20 sectors and the FANG stocks today. You guys loved the session when I had it last 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to do it again. Reports that potential acquisition. Yeah, my question is are they going to completely buy out the company and make it private, or are they just partnering up? That's what I'm trying to understand. And here's customer service live. And my dogs are barking again like crazy. All right, building permits did not come out well, according to Eagle Beagle. Oh, my wife is telling them to shut up. Thank God. Let's see. Did the report? It hasn't come out yet, but I thought the report did come out. It's going to come out in a few minutes. And bond market so far, not giving us any upside. Remember, the correlation between the bond market and stocks is now at over 70%, which is pretty high. Taking it private, okay, got it. That's interesting. That could really boost prices. And we're almost halfway through, and we have almost 500 people here. Let's see if we can break the 600, and please post a thumbs up. All right, let's continue. Europe is down. Europe is not up. I'm sure that news about from Trump isn't helping Europe. I wish he just wouldn't say anything. He just would do stuff. Investors digested fresh corporate earnings, hotter than expected U.S. Increasing trade tension, geopolitical uncertainty has dampened sentiment. Real estate stocks underperformed. China has I'll show you China in a minute. They're rebounded from prior sessions losses. Semiconductors and tech stocks outperformed. Interesting. Investors remained upbeat about his rare meeting with business leaders. Excitement about deep doo-doo is continuing to boost sentiment. Here's China, and you could see how it looked like yesterday it peaked out. I'm waiting for it to go below 34.75 and start filling in this gap. Yeah, it's not his style. No, it's not his style. Oy vey. All right, Japan closed lower worried about borrowing cost, tariffs weighted on sentiment. This thing is real. Every time he opens his mouth, it really like just creates more of a choppiness. Auto stocks led the decline, folks. Tesla is very correlated with auto stocks. I know you think it's correlated with solar stocks, and it is, but it's very correlated with auto stocks. I was very surprised to find that out myself, but it is. Following U.S. President Trump's remarks about tariffs. Oh, this is what I was talking about. We were talking about real estate, and I mistook it. I said it was on my list. It has been on my list, just not today. But Toll Brothers is down. This industry, this sector is very, very essential. It's like semiconductors. So expect other home building stocks to be down today, especially if we get a 1-2 punch with housing starts and permits, which is coming out in just a few minutes. When the report comes out, please let me know. Eagle Beagle, we've been hearing very little about it, but it's been driving sentiment higher. Kevin says Nissan CEO said they may have to move out of Mexico if they get hit with 25. Oh, absolutely. 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 So, saving grace, we still have US dollar coming down. I like how we're in this channel. I think we're going to remain in this channel for quite some time. Toll Brothers, keep your eye on Toll Brothers today. And again, please let me know if this report is, just tell me if it's better than expected or worse than expected. That's all I really need to know. And we can move on from there. All right. Momentum. How is momentum level looking today? Well, we actually have pretty good momentum to the upside. And we don't have 100 stocks to the downside, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't really have too many issues finding good breakdown stocks. So we do have some healthy movement. Now, hopefully it'll be able to gyrate a little bit, but we do have some momentum to the upside. Yeah, the problem, Robert, is it's going to be 4 times more expensive to make Nissans in America than in Mexico. So your Nissan is going to cost you more than the BMW. That's the problem. Housing starts. Toll is down. Let's see how housing starts is. Oh, here we go. Mixed. Permits are a little bit better than expected, and starts are here worse than expected. But honestly, this number's not that bad. It's within estimates. Keep your eye on Toll. It's not going to help Toll Brothers, but it's probably not going to hurt it either. But keep your eye, because as I said, these stocks are very, very essential. They're very together. Yeah, thank you about that. Yeah, I mean, but see, annual permits got a little bit better than expected. They're moving higher, and permits is, remember, sentiment is future. So permits are not looking bad, which is okay. And folks, I know that you guys are all worried about interest rates, and I know sometimes I make things sound really bad, but I don't think Fed got it really all that wrong. I think they were too early to the party by about 2 quarters. I actually think what they were expecting is going to happen right around May and June of this year. I think the bond market is going to start turning higher, but I think right now it's just very difficult for it to figure out what it wants to do in light of everything, okay? All right, so let's continue. We're doing really good on time today. We're really doing good on time. And if you guys have any questions, please post it in the chat. So let's look at momentum levels. Yesterday, technology was leading. Let's see how it's doing now. We still have semiconductors as number one. Technology, QQQ, communication, still very strong. Now, we do have basic materials coming in here. I mean, that's okay. It's just one sector. Consumer discretionaries here. We have a pretty good mixed bag. Crypto is still in the last spot. There's not a lot of buying for crypto right now. And seasonally, it's not really a great period for crypto, but crypto's more or less following technology, which isn't really doing much. There really is there's a big fragmentation right now. You could see the Dow Jones is here. The Dow is right next to Russell 2000. So you can't really say there's a major influx or a major shift between interest rates and blue chips, but we can clearly see that technology is starting to rally, which is really bullish for the market. Volatility levels are still between 16 and a half and 15. If we break, now listen, this is where you guys want to, this is where you guys, want to be careful. If we break 15, there's a good chance that the stock market is going to be breaking out to a new high. If we start touching this 8-day EMA, and I would write this number down, it's at 607.84 right now. That's what I drove during law school, Hondas. Hondas. That's all I drove. Hondas. And now all I drive is BMWs now. That's all we drive. That's our last 8 cars. Both my wife's and I's have been BMW. My wife loves BMWs. It's all we drive. Uh, right here. Right here. Watch this level, folks. If we can break this level, we will come down right here to the 50-day. Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful here. We really need to break the high as fast as possible. If we don't break the high as fast as possible, it's not going to be good. The VIX is going to be guiding you today pretty well. See how it's coming up? So if you see the VIX coming up to the 16, if you see the VIX breaking this 16 and a half level, the odds are the SPY will be breaking the 8-day EMA. Okay? My mother-in-law, all she drives is Toyotas, and she loves them. Oh, she loves those Toyotas. If I was going Japanese, I would go Toyota, 100%. So, again, don't be surprised if this was the peak and now we're coming back down or we're going to consolidate here. Also, the fact, as I mentioned, the fact that trading range has been very sheepish doesn't bode well for the market at all and makes it very difficult for you guys to get your day trades off, okay? So be careful here. Be careful. Keep your eye on 2 things today. Keep your eye on the bond market. It's going to be very telling today. And volatility. Well, Roger, why don't I just keep my eye on the stock market instead of volatility? Because when the stock market has very little range, like it has right now, it's very hard to gauge the stock market. When you see this, when you see the wicks, the entire trading range, just a little meat, the little size of candles. Just think about this for a minute. The move on Friday was equivalent to 5 moves on Thursday. Look at this, and look at this. 5 times, and it wasn't even that high. So this is nothing. It's hard to trade this. It's very hard to trade this. And we made an all-time high yesterday. So the question today is, are we going to take it out or are we going to come back down? The first hour of the day and the last hour of the day is going to be the big thing. Otherwise, I'm not expecting a lot of action today. All right, let's look at individual sectors. Let's look at SMH. What's SMH doing? It was up pretty good yesterday. It's up today, but it's inside the range. We want SMH to trade at above 257.24 the first hour of the day, or it's going to happen the last hour of the day. If we don't get real strong momentum in the beginning, I don't think we're going to get a lot of momentum, and I think we're going to have an inside day here. And guess what? What happens if we have an inside day on chip stocks? What do you think is going to happen on mega caps? Let me make it easier for you. Do you see a lot of trading action here? No. Let's look at NVIDIA. That's pretty funny, Carlos. What about NVIDIA? Do you see NVIDIA breaking out? Do you think SMH is going to break out without NVIDIA breaking out? No. Why was SMH so good yesterday? Because NVIDIA was right up here. What's NVIDIA doing right now? It's not doing anything. It's having an inside day. Hey, let me show you something. Hey, look at that. That's not good. Now we have a trend line we need to break. Nothing good will happen until we go above 143, 144 on NVIDIA. So, what are you going to be looking at today before I get into the stocks? You're going to be looking for NVIDIA to break above yesterday's high or break below yesterday's low. I got a little prediction for you. If Nvidia starts going down and getting towards the 50-day moving average, what do you think is going to happen with SMH? Do you think it's going to break out and make a new high with Nvidia going down, with Nvidia being the biggest stock in SMH? Let's see. Let's be specific. Nvidia is 18, almost 20% of the index. Okay. So do you think SMH is going to go up if Nvidia goes down? Mm-mm, I don't think so. And if SMH doesn't go up, do you think we're going to have enough firepower to break out of this on mega caps? I don't think so. And if mega caps don't break out, do you think we're going to have a little enough firepower for RSP? Mm-mm. Do you see how I put it all together for you right now? How everything is interdependent? Equal weighted SPY, not the mega caps. So we got some love there, which is great, but this is not coming from mega caps. Do you think this is going to sustain itself without the mega caps? It'd be nice to see it. I don't think it's that sustainable, but that's breaking out. So keep an eye on equal weighted QQQ. Excuse me, but know that the mega caps are not driving this bus. They're not driving this party. Okay? So we have very little directional bias. So let's put everything together. Let's just like we did yesterday. Okay, so the question is, are we going to make a higher high? Well, we're already down on the session. We're getting closer. We peaked out yesterday, and overnight we weren't able to. Were we able to break out higher? No, we closed down. And look what happened when we tried to break out overnight. We went lower. So we tried to break out. We broke down. We tried to break out, and we broke down again twice. Momentum levels now are showing. This is the part you really want to listen to. Momentum levels are telling us that yesterday we had semiconductor technology, QQQ, and communication 4 in a row, right? Do we have 4 in a row today? No, we have basic materials. That's causing technology to be weaker because you have something that's non-technology up here. Is that positive or negative? Negative. Because what's been driving us up? Tech. Matter of fact, we have the answer right here. We have this, but not the mega caps, right? But now we have material coming in here, not just technology. So we're having some distortion here because materials is not technology. It's not part of the QQQE. So now, do you think the QQQE is going to continue moving higher if the rest of the market doesn't? Now, this has a lot of smaller stocks. I want to show you IWM, the Russell 2000, and how smaller stocks are doing. Look how smaller stocks are doing. Do you see a breakout here anywhere? Oops. Yeah, not a lot. You make it all make sense. That's my job, to make it all sense for you. So, okay. So do we have a lot of directional bias? Not really. You got the smaller Nasdaq stocks making highs. You have mega caps not doing anything. And mind you, earnings on mega caps could not pull them out of this. This is what I was trying to tell you beginning of this week. I said to you something very, very profound. Here, I said something very profound. I said to you, look at mega caps, CPI, PPI, election, earnings, and what are we doing? So if none of those things are able to break them out, what will? That's the problem. That's the problem. Same thing with RSP. If we had the biggest catalysts in the last 2 months, nothing's been able to break us out. So what eventually is going to break us out? That's the problem. And earnings are behind us now. And remember what I said, the market's looking for the next major catalyst? It's still looking for that catalyst. So what I want to see today, and I got to get into my stocks or I'm going to be late to work. So what I want to see is I want to see a breakout of levels. I want to see a breakout on SMH. I want to see a breakout. Now, look, NVIDIA is not the only stock, but again, it's going to be very hard. Keep an eye on semiconductors. It's going to be very hard for this to continue breaking. Very hard for this to continue breaking. By the way, I'm curious, what percentage is Intel? Now, 20 years ago, Intel would be right here. Let's see. Wow. Whew. Look at NVIDIA. Look at Taiwan Semiconductor. And these three make up like 40% of the index. But look at Intel. It barely has 4%. Let's look at Taiwan Semiconductor. I was actually going to look at it. I was curious. Let's look. No, definitely not helping us today. Tried yesterday to break out right here, but look at all this area here we got. Look at all of this resistance we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of resistance above it. Then it breaks. Then it breaks. Problem is, Bob, the problem is from where I'm sitting right now, I don't see it breaking up. I see it breaking down. Remember what I've been telling you about mega caps and earnings the last couple of quarters? 3 quarters ago, we're doing really, really great. We're really doing great, but we think we may have a slowdown in the future. Last quarter, the previous quarter, we're still doing okay, but our forward-looking statements are not good. This quarter, we're actually starting to see some downside. That's not a good way to have a quarter. Remember, outside of NVIDIA, all of these suckers have already reported. Okay? So be very, very careful. Well, Roger, I signed up for your services to get a lot of trades. Well, it's called the tough shit rule. I'm only going to give you trades that are the best trades, or I'm not going to give you any trades. And by the way, our programs have been doing fantastic. All right. Let me give you guys some stocks. Short side, Office Depot. Whew, what a chart. Look at that. Hardly any back and forth, right? GPCR. I did not have a trouble finding stocks to the upside or the downside today. Just FYI. Look how well the stock respects the 50-day moving average. I'm going to talk a lot about that next Thursday and Friday, by the way. I have a lot of very cool stuff to talk to you guys about next Thursday and Friday. General Mills, be careful here. Probably better taking it off the 8-day EMA. Please record and send replay of your presentation. I'll try. We'll see. AVTR. I don't know about breaking down. I feel more like consolidating and not doing anything, but I'll show you what I think will happen to the SPY. Directional. Look, it breaks down. Did you see any upside move against the trend? Was it able to recover 60% of this move, Carlos? No. Yeah, SMCI is on my list, actually. BTU. Maybe, Christian. Maybe. I don't see anything else. Yeah, NVIDIA could single-handedly change the sentiment. They can say that we're beating deep doo-doo and we're doing better and they're using our chips, and they could totally do it. I don't know if they will, but they can. Look at this trend. So let's say you got into this stock. Okay, so here's the question for you guys. Here's the trillion-dollar question for all of you traders who are fearful. Let's say you get into this stock and you made a boo-boo. Let's say you got so this is the value of trading the type of stocks that I try to teach you to trade. So let's say you got into this stock. But let's say you got into this stock right here. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. A week later, you're back to where you started. Let's say you got into this stock right here. You would have. The reason you want stocks that don't have a lot of this is because if you screw up and you get in on the wrong side, the predominant wave of the stock will still save your ass. So you want to be right even if you're wrong. And that's why I'm choosing stocks that have very strong directional bias and not a lot of chop. That's right, Carlos. That's right. SJM. Again, ask yourself, if you're wrong on this stock, pick the worst spot. How wrong will you be? That's the question. If Uncle Roger is bad on his timing, how wrong will you be on the stock? Obviously, you don't want to buy the stock as it's going up. You want to buy it, but when it's moving down, it's moving down. It's either moving up or down. It doesn't have a lot of back and forth. Low. The stock flows. Look at that. It flows. LHX. Look at how the stock flows. I think this is a defense stock too, by the way. Look how it flows. You don't have to worry if you're wrong. You're going to it's going to take you for a dump for 5 days and just kind of it moves. It moves. You would know pretty quickly if you're right or wrong. Believe it or not, trading stocks like this, even if you use your old indicators, it'll drastically improve your win rate. It's not about the indicator, it's about the asset, folks. Look at how well this respects the 50-day moving average. It's raining cats and dogs here. This IDYA, AMPH. Look at this one. It's my last one. Again, I didn't have any trouble finding stocks today. If you picked any day on the stock, how would you, and by the way, this is not the first time we're talking about it. How often would you be wrong? That's the question. Try to find your job doesn't start at finding the best strategy. Your job doesn't find at finding the best guru. Your job starts at finding the best stock. And if your eyes are not trained to find the best stock, I only do it 20 to 30 times every day for you. And, I used to get emails and people would send me stocks and I would be like, who cares about the setup? The stock sucks. Now people are sending me like, yes, I like this. I add a lot of stocks, your stocks to my watch list now. Somebody gave me Interactive Broker yesterday. It's my first stock on my list. I'm about to talk about it right now. Thanks to you guys. All thanks to you guys. Let me post some links. So I'm revealing a shocking truth that put over $1,000 in my hands. Here's the link for that. VIP room at noon, where I will be talking about 20 sectors and 7 FANG stocks in depth today. In depth. And here's a link to Customer Service Live. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them, guys. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate the cheerleading. All right, let's do this. IBKR, and then I'm going to get to work. I actually may get there a little early today. Look at this stock. Let's say your market timing was shit. You had the worst market timing skill, but you found the stock. How wrong would you be? That's how you got to start thinking about the market. Stop thinking about your amazing market timing skills and start finding good assets instead. You would be amazed after you learn what good stocks look like, and you go to other gurus' websites and you see them analyzing a stock, and you're going to be like, no, 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 no. I would never pick this stock. Yeah, what you're saying is right, but I would never pick that stock. You'll see it happens all the time. The biggest problem is people don't pick the right stock. It all starts with the right stock. It all starts with the right stock. Look at this breakout. Nice breakout right here. It all starts with the right stock. If you don't have the right stock, you're not going to get a lot of what you want from it. Slab Bros. Peter says you must be at least 3 weeks in a stock. No, you don't have to be in a stock for 3 weeks. You don't have to be in a stock for 3 weeks. Now, look, it gapped, but what is it doing after it created a gap? Did it ever break the low? No, it's telling us we want to digest this gap. We don't want to fall into it. We want it. That's a very strong sign. JCI. Nice stock here. Very nice stock. CrowdStrike. Haven't had that one on my list for a while. Look at this stock. Does anybody wondering which way it's headed or which way it's going? Not so great here, but look at it. Once it starts trending, holy moly. Pan W, very nice looking stock. Zscaler, Fox A. It's the first time I'm ever giving you guys this stock, right? First time. Never ever gave it to you before. We've never ever talked about this stock, right? Like every other day for like months and months and months. Williams Sonoma, stop trying to be the best market timer and start picking the best stocks. Trust me, trust me. You will thank me for it a million times over. Last one, ECL. This and then bounces right back up, creates a nice base here, ready to go higher. I know, I know. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic. All right, so let's look at futures now. It's been an hour since we looked at futures. What are they doing now? Oh, we're down now. So we're definitely not seeing that strong bias. What would I be looking at today? Now, does that mean we're going to have a shitty day, a down day today? Not necessarily. We could just have a choppy day. This is random in the Dow, and this is random in the Nasdaq. So far, this is just all noise. I'm not really seeing any reason for the market to go higher today. I am not seeing any reason for the market to go higher today. I think and also I don't really see a major reason for the market to go down today. But here's what I do see. You see how the SPY is just sitting here? The longer it takes for us to move higher, the more emboldened the bears will get to take us lower. You see, here, let me make this easier for you to see. If we break this line right here and we break the low, we'll hit the 8-day EMA. One way or the other, I think we're going to see some chop the next couple of days with possible downside hitting the 50-day line. If we break the 608.34 level, there's a heightened odds that we are going to go. But I don't want to scare you guys because I don't think we're ready to break down. I think if anything, we're just going to consolidate and stay within this range. So am I seeing a major breakdown in price? No. Am I seeing the market crapping out? No. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any catalyst. Now, if for some unknown reason towards the second half of the day, you start seeing money coming into Nvidia and you start seeing Nvidia break above this line here, which means above yesterday's high, pretty much the 144 level-ish, and you see semiconductors turning green, I may be wrong, but I don't think so, which means volatility will more likely than not just stick between 16.5 and 15. Okay? By the way, Fox A and Fox, it's the same company. It's the same company. Okay? What do I think about for the ones which move against you? Yeah, no more than two. Yes, Peter, 100% right. I would even say 2 weeks. 2 weeks for the most part. 90% of my trades I would not hold for more than 3 weeks. The losers. He's talking about the losers. I agree with you. Well, gold looks better than this stock. So you want to only buy stocks that look better than this. You want to buy gold stocks only if they look better than this. I haven't found one gold stock looking better than this. Hence, I would probably just put my money in GLD. Let me see what gold looks like. It's a good question. Fair question. Fair question. Yeah. See, the problem is I haven't found any gold stocks that look better than gold itself. So to me, I would be buying gold at the 8-day EMA. That's what I would be doing for now. That's what I would be doing. JP Morgan, by the way, JP Morgan and Citibank. So JP Morgan, Citibank. Thank you for reminding me. You guys are helping me out today. And Morgan and not Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs. I haven't looked at Morgan Stanley. Oh, it looks good too, but it's in range. But Goldman Sachs actually looked pretty damn good. Yeah, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, and JP Morgan. All right, folks, I got to get out of here. I like financials. I like financials. Folks, at 1 p.m., I'm going to have a brand new class. I've never, ever done this class. Steven just finished the slides for me. VIP room at noon, where I will be talking about I'll be dissecting 27 charts for you during the hour. And Newmont, let's look at Newmont real quick. Maybe. No, gold looks better. And customer service live. The reason I haven't had any gold stocks is because none of the gold stocks are looking as good as gold. That's the problem. Here's customer service live. Folks, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you at noon in the VIP room. And Rodney, thank you for showing up and hanging out with us today. Thank you, guys. Rodney's one of our copywriters. He actually wrote the A-Line promo. That was Rodney's promo. He wrote the A-Line promo. Thank you, Rodney, for being here. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Stay dry. It's pretty